your shoes.
Joe.
Kick me to the door. All right. Welcome back to the Big Kids Podcast.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we're back with another episode. It's the Father's Day special, but technically not because we're it's 7:45 p.m. on Father's Day, so it's can't really.
Dude, don't call us out like that.
You're right. It's actually 7:45 Father's Day 2018. We filmed this a whole year ahead.
Yeah. Not only that, but it's the second time around because the first time the recording was really bad.
Yeah,
so we're back.
We recorded this yesterday. So it'd be the day before Father's Day. We got 22 minutes in.
It was only 22 minutes.
It was 22 minutes. We didn't even get half an hour.
Well, at least we didn't waste more than 22 minutes.
Yeah, it was. But long story short, we checked the audio today because we filmed the podcast over a series of 2 days. And when we filmed it today, it was nice, crystal clear audio. And it sounded so nice. It sounded nice. Like the lows were low, the highs were high, mids were middle. But it sounded nice. It sounded nice and crisp, like it usually does. Well,
like a nice potato chip.
Yeah, nice crisp potato chip. But when we heard the playback for it today, or from yesterday's recording, it was so gross. It was like we were in an open room and just yelling, you know?
Yeah, and you can hear the plane better, the plane outside better than you can hear us. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It sounded trash. But we're back today, re-recording, probably like 4 hours before we have to upload, or before we should have uploaded. Ideally, it'd be uploaded in the morning, but because of my Slack ass and just like our schedules and stuff, they usually get uploaded at like 12 the next day.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. What's it called? We today we finished watching a video on BuzzFeed. Is
the jiggly cake?
No, not well. I mean, yeah, that one. We watched some guy make a giant Japanese cheesecake, and like for the Japanese cheesecakes, they're not like our traditional cheesecakes where they're made like cream cheese.
They're really
vanilla
dense
and stuff. Yeah. And graham crackers and all that. The Japanese cheesecake are like actual cakes. They're just like made differently, so they're made with batter and then like a whole shit ton of egg whites.
Like a souffle. It's like a souffle.
That's what the guy said. Yeah. Wow. You listened to a video. Wow. You're such an expert. But
you never had souffle? Souffle?
What is souffle?
It's a dessert. It's French.
Wow. Amazing.
Isn't a souffle typically savory though? Like
I don't know.
Egg souffle?
I've heard of them, but I've never had one.
An egg souffle. Yeah, you've had one.
Have I?
They have egg souffles at Panera Bread.
The quiche?
So you've had that.
Isn't it just a quiche?
No, there's a souffle.
Oh, was it like that spinach bacon thing?
I think so, yeah. Okay. That's separate, yeah. The quiche is different.
I don't know. Long story short, it's like a very light and fluffy cake. Like it's bread.
Yeah.
It's not like cheese filling, you know?
No, it's sweet. It's a sweet.
Yeah, it's a sweet dessert. It's a sweet bread that's like very light and fluffy.
It's
and
a cake.
And it's like known for being jiggly. But that's not the video I'm talking about.
Oh.
We saw a video because there's like memes that usually go around about dads at barbecues and how they put down on the grill. Yeah. But one meme that I've seen is like very black centric, and it's saying that like, you know, like the black dads have the best recipes, and BuzzFeed did a video on this, which I think is very bold. But it's like, I guess most people don't care, you know, which I mean, to each their own. But if it's something harmless,
BuzzFeed is definitely like open to all cultures.
Racism.
Yeah.
No, but if it's like something like this where it's like, it's not a negative stereotype, you know, it's not, I guess it doesn't matter, you know, or I don't know. But anyways, I did a video on it, right? And the video was 4 different dads. Obviously, all of them are black, making their own version of ribs and making their own version of baked beans. There was a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. And it was like,
funny.
It was really funny. It said in what's it called? It was like disclaimer, and then it said, in true dad fashion, some people here didn't bring the beans and the spare ribs that we asked of them. They brought what they wanted to bring.
Yeah, I like that. That was funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. But yeah, the whole like meme is that like a black dad has the best recipe, and they won't like anyone else's recipe for a barbecue cookout, and that's what they did exactly. That's what that's exactly what the video was supposed to be out.
Yeah, there was one dude though. He had the best meal. He brought more than what they asked. Yeah, he brought a whole meal. I wanted that so bad.
He brought
sweet potatoes, ribs, the beans,
collard
and like greens.
Or something. Yeah.
And I think
he didn't bring beans. That was the thing.
No, he brought beans.
No. The what's it called? The guy brought the ribs part of the rib and beans. He didn't bring the beans. That's why he was he got like half of the points he should have gotten.
Oh yeah, he didn't bring beans.
Yeah,
but he brought a whole meal. I wanted that. I want to eat that so bad.
Yeah,
like that dude should open a restaurant. Just like serve that one plate of food, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, just that like no complaints. It's not even like each person gets that plate of food, and that's the only thing on the menu. They just serve that plate, that leftover plate from the video, and everyone has to eat like one little bit at a time. You know, the whole restaurant throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
No, but funny you mentioned that, or you say that you saw him make something that looks good, and now you're like, oh, he should open a restaurant about that. Because like,
kidding.
As a kid, my mom would make like really good food. Now she doesn't, 'cause she's lazy. But my mom, she also works more. But my mom would make a really good plate of food to like kids. So we'd have like mac and cheese. There's some, Kraft mac and cheese.
What?
With like
that doesn't count.
Like some weird little spice. And my mom would be like, "Oh, you like that?" And we're like, "Oh my, yeah, oh my god." It tastes really good to us because we're little fucking kids and we don't have a flavor palette at all.
Yeah.
Our idea of like exquisite cuisine is like
a buffet.
Cheetos. Yeah, a buffet is super cool to us.
Whoa, Cheetos and a buffet are completely different. Cheetos was an exquisite meal to you?
Well, not a meal, but it was like it was cool. It'd be rare when we got them, which is different now because like my sister gets them all the time, which isn't good for her. Anyways, I digress, right? So like we'd have something like so like small and insignificant like Kraft mac and cheese, and we'd be like, "Mom, you should totally open up a restaurant.
Oh my god,
you should open up. It's so good, And Mom would be like, "Oh my god, should I? You think?" And like looking back at it, it's like, what kind of business model is that? Banks should give me a loan because I make really good boxed macaroni and cheese. Like, what kind of dumbass kids were we?
But that's interesting you say that though, because
my mom actually opened up a restaurant and it failed miserably.
No, like I always grew up eating homemade meals, but I had like a family relative that would come to our house very rarely, but they would come over and they would say, because I guess this kid wasn't used to homemade meals, and they would say like, "Oh my god, this is so good, you have to open up a restaurant," and they're like eating a sandwich or like it's like a soup or something.
It's like,
and I'm like
toasted
and I feel really bad for
toasted bread with mayo, and they're like, oh my god, please open up a restaurant.
Yeah,
not that I, a child, have any money to buy from you, but please.
I'm sorry, but I feel bad because I guess there's kids out there who didn't get to grow up around like good meals. Yeah. Like that's, I don't know, that's kind of gross.
It's kind of gross that kids didn't have a home cooked meal.
No, it's like eating anything but that is kind of gross.
Wow, check your privilege, Sway.
I know. No, I recognize that. I'm privileged in that I got home cooked meals. White? Yes.
Oh my god, you just. Anyway, so her Twitter and Snapchat are just like,
yeah, right.
Just like cancel you, sis.
I'm canceled.
Guys, I'm canceled.
Guys, go to amicanceled.com or whatever.
Speaking of cancel culture, so we found out Jesus doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my god.
Now here's why. All right, follow me. Right, okay. This is how we also found out that the Earth. Well, this is how I found out that the Earth is truly flat. So there's a website, like probably along the lines of like any reputable like scholarly article. Or journal.
Yeah, like a journal. Yeah, like.
Yeah, it's about the same level, the same.
Yeah, it's been through the years of like checks and balances or for whatever a journal has to go through.
Yeah, it's a legislature now. No, but it's part of our legislature. The three branches of government, right?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Econ major.
Yeah, it's because economy and the government are the same thing.
Well.
No, but it's a website called amicanceled.com or something. I'm assuming they couldn't get the
Don't
.org
quote
yet,
us on that.
the .org yet or the .gov because it's a new website. Yeah. But yeah, you just type in a name or something, and it'll let you know if it's canceled or not. So we typed in our names. We obviously got canceled.
No, I did not get canceled.
Oh, I got canceled.
No,
I think.
you got canceled. I'm canceled. I'm thriving. I am thriving.
Except for right now where we just canceled you.
No, I'm not canceled. I'm thriving.
Yeah. So then
I'll ask the website later
then
today.
we looked up God and Jesus, and it was
No,
unanimous.
it was first of all we looked up God. Then
And
we
then
looked up
Jesus.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
what
our
literally
Savior.
just what I said.
No, but then we looked up specifically Jesus Christ.
That's what. No, I literally just said we looked up God and Jesus, and you just corrected me saying no.
No,
we
we
looked up
have to
God
be
and
more
Jesus.
specific. It was
All right.
Jesus Christ.
So we what's it called? We looked up God, and Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. And after looking them up, the website said they're both canceled, so they
Yep.
don't exist anymore.
Yep.
We
It's
just
a scary world.
disproved
to
the
live in.
Pope.
Yep.
A scary, godless world we live in.
Yep. I'm
And then-
terrified right now. I'm actually
I don't
terrified
know about
right
you,
now.
but I did some research
Okay.
on the website right after you left for that day.
Okay.
You went back home,
Yeah.
and I looked up round Earth.
No.
It's canceled.
No.
It's canceled. Flat
Stop.
Earth.
Stop.
Flat Earth.
You're lying. Stop.
Flat Earth.
Stop. You're lying.
Not canceled.
You're lying.
No, that's the world we live in.
Okay. Okay.
Do you
I'll
know
be
what-
right back.
Do you know? Yeah. Just make the little. It's just skirting away noise. That's her running away.
Okay, guys, I'm back. I just checked.
Flat Earth's not canceled. Round Earth.
I'm a
Canceled,
flat earther
sis.
now.
Yeah. Do you know anyone who particularly dabbles in the sciences of flat Earth?
I know this person will remain unnamed,
Anonymous, as some would say.
anonymous. Whether they're somebody close to me or not, I don't know. I don't know, but
Okay.
I do know somebody who is a flat earther.
Yeah.
And
It's okay if you don't want to talk about this. I know it's a difficult situation
I
to
know,
come to terms with. Yeah.
I know, it is difficult.
Yeah.
But
Cancel
this person
culture.
legitimately believes that the Earth is flat and has done quote unquote experiments, and has like been on a plane and has somehow quote unquote proved it.
Okay.
So
Elaborate on what those experiments in the
something
plane.
about how like when you look out and you know those heat waves that you see.
Yeah.
Something about those heat waves and like how that disproves like the fact that the Earth is round and the fact that we can only see a certain distance, not because the Earth is round,
Yeah.
but because
It's
of
just
another
fun.
reason, which
No.
I don't.
I
don't remember.
It makes sense because for those heat wave things, what's
Right.
it called? They were so like let's say you have a ball, right? And then you have a string, and you like lay the string next to the ball and make it look curvy. Next to that ball, that might look a little more straight than it actually is, right? So you take the ball away, perspective wise, that string now goes from being more straight to more curved, right? Because you're on a flat surface and the round stuff isn't next to it, right?
Well,
So from our perspective, if we see those heat waves, because they're curvy, that means we ourselves are looking at something else that's flat. To notice that curve, because if everything else was curved, like those heat waves, waves. If everything else was curved like those waves, we wouldn't notice that they're curved. It just looked normal to us, right? So in order for him to have seen those heat waves across, like the Earth through the plane window, the Earth would have to be flat. Otherwise,
no, it wasn't heat waves through the plane window.
Oh, well, same logic.
Uh-oh.
Same logic. No matter whether you be 4 trillion miles under sea level to the other side of the flat Earth, or you be 4 million miles above, and like almost touching the fake sky dome that the government has placed.
Yeah.
Like
The real
it's
question though, what's underneath
underneath what?
our flat Earth? A sea turtle?
Flat space. Oh shit.
Yeah. Was it like that classic depiction of the Earth, like a sea turtle, like a gigantic sea turtle, and then on top of that, like an elephant, and then on top of that, like something else, like
And then on top of that is us.
Earth,
The flattest of Earth. What if
and we're just like,
yeah,
we're just swimming around the sea of tranquility.
tranquility. Okay. Anyways, what if? Okay, so I get.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, is flat Earth circular still, or is it like a square flat Earth?
It's
Is
like
it
Minecraft.
no? Is it like pro? Is it like
we live in a Minecraft world.
yeah, right? Is it like a provolone kind of flat Earth, or is it like an American cheddar cheese or whatever flat Earth?
I know what you mean. Like, is it squared off or is it like still like a
Is it like
flat
a disc?
circle?
Yeah,
is
it
it
like
a disc?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'd have to go to the end of the Earth to find out, right?
Right? Yeah, we'd have to go on the
But
edge.
we can't do that because they'd have they have like automated teleporting rays.
Wait, so like, how do flat earthers like explain? Oh my gosh! So this person that I know,
Explain what?
Who believed that the Earth was flat.
Wait, I don't know what you're saying. Like, how do the flat earthers explain what?
Scratch that thought.
Okay, scratched.
Let's go to this person
Cleared
that I
record.
know.
Yeah. Is it me?
Who? I don't know.
She's just making this up.
We can't tell them that it's you.
Okay, just go.
Keep it a
Just go.
Okay.
Yeah, so this random person, you know?
Okay, this random person I know who believes in the flat Earth proved it when they were on a plane because they said that there was no way that they could have gotten to their destination within that time that they got there, and that they had to have gone across rather than the quote unquote like what is it, the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah.
Or is it the Pacific Ocean? One of the
I don't know where they're going.
So
from the U.S. to like
Europe?
like
the world map but flat.
Yeah.
Imagine that it's actually flat.
Okay.
So
well, it is, but yeah.
So like Hawaii and Japan are not close together. Okay. They're on opposite ends.
Right.
So that's what they were saying, is there was no way
they could have gone from Japan to Hawaii.
Well, they didn't go from
Atlantic.
They didn't go from Japan to Hawaii, but wherever they were going.
Is it like U.S. to Europe?
Oh.
Like I need to know like for this to make sense.
Hey, did you go to Europe? Yeah. Yes, it was from U.S. to Europe.
And they're saying they had to have gone past the Atlantic as opposed to going opposite across all the way across.
The details that I remember are muddy, but basically they explained that there was no way they could have gotten to that place in the time they had gotten, and that it didn't add up, and that proved that the Earth was flat.
See, I know we're joking, but like that genuinely pisses me off that the person you know, because obviously it's not me, but the person you know genuinely thinks that. Like, how stupid do you have to be?
I don't know.
Probably like Jake Paul, kind of stupid, right? Where you have to like actually believe some lies just to like go with it.
Jake
right?
Paul.
Yeah.
He's back on the podcast.
Oh my god, dude. I listened to his brother Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast just because like I listened to a bunch of podcasts to get a few pointers on what like to do, what not to do, how to like keep it going. SMH.
Shaking my head.
No, but oh my god, he's like, I don't know what it is about him. Like I get people like to hate him just because he's like an idiot, but like he's just genuinely like the worst kind of person. Because a lot of the times, like in the specific episode I watched, him and his brother would like disagree on something, and he would try to be like that fake motivational kind of shit. And I genuinely feel he believes what he's saying, but he'll make very like vague statements. And I think
that mean nothing.
Yeah,
they mean nothing.
They like be super like vague. You know, they won't have actual like depth behind them.
Yeah.
Like his brother.
Have you seen his video where he's like
his one video?
Watch this video and you can accomplish anything or something like that, and he's just like, go, get up.
Oh my god, yeah.
And leave
you saw that on Cody Coast thing.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
He had like a failed business channel.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Jake
that.
Paul.
Yeah.
He's like, just go. He's just yelling into the camera saying, just go, live your dreams. This and as if like it's that simple.
Yeah. He's just like run outside and you're like, oh well, this is the street. This is okay. I'll just go back inside.
Yeah. Right. Okay. No, but yeah, his so like beginning of this year, his brother posted that video of him in Japan with the suicide force and all that. God. All that happened, obviously. But after that,
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So the brother did that, and then the other brother decided it was a good idea to post it.
No, Logan Paul did that on his own. This is different.
Okay.
So yeah, so he got a lot of backlash from that. Obviously, he lost a shit ton of followers, millions, And he said like people are like he pulled up his Instagram bio and it said, y'all are sleeping on me, now I'm mad. And he thought that was like super deep. Logan Paul, so the older brother. And then what's it called? Jake Paul's like, they're not sleeping on you, bro. That's all in your head, dog. Like this and this. And then his brother's like, no, I lost 700,000 followers in the span of like 6 months, and like I've lost like 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know, they're like all sleeping on me, like they're genuinely not watching me. He's like, no, bro, like
I don't think
it's in your head, dog. And
Yeah,
I was like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
He genuinely has the statistics to prove that he's like he's being ignored by a majority of people.
Yeah,
you know?
like listen, you're not just being slept on. You're actively like being hated on because you deserve it.
No, but you know, like that's their rationale for it. No, but the whole time
That's
he's
so
just
weird.
like, bro, like
It's all in your
he
head.
was like, because like then Logan goes on to talk about how he what's it called? He was the best at one point, and now he's like trying to get that like position back, and he's gonna go for it, you know. But then Jake's like, bro, so you peaked, right?
Oh
And
my
now you're at a
God.
plateau. But like any good product will get good really fast, and then it'll be static, because if you're always going super fast up, some shit like that. And like it makes
But he was literally
like, it
going
makes
down
sense, like,
though.
it makes sense, like, you know, like a good like a good product will sell like really fast in the peak of its popularity. Then it'll reach like a saturation point where it can't get any more popular, so it'll go down. But with Logan's situation, it didn't go down just because like he didn't grow more.
He was just the best, and like he couldn't go. He couldn't get any more popular.
No. Let me talk. So his situation is different because he didn't peak and then stay at a plateau. He peaked and then went down.
Well, yeah.
You know, he went down because of some dumb shit he did. You know, and Jake's just not understanding that, and it's just so he's like, and he does this analogy with Drake. He's like, bro, Drake was like the best selling artist in 2018. You know, like the best selling artist for what? Hip hop in you know, like is it in general? Is it hip hop? Is it like, you know, like
He
what?
just like knows a general fact that isn't maybe not true.
He's like, and Drake, he said like, how many followers does he have? And then Logan's like, oh well, I don't know, like less or whatever. And he's like, how many likes does he get per like post on Instagram? And then like Logan's like, oh, like half of what I get, you know? And he's like, exactly. So that being slept on is all in your head. Are they sleeping on Drake? This and that, you know? And it's like, well, it's not the same thing.
There's
Drake's
a different
fan base,
social media presence there.
Yeah, and it's also like Drake's fan base. It's a bunch of adults.
Yeah, and aren't Jake Paul and Logan Paul's all
mainly a bunch of little kids? So like adults are like less likely to like a picture, because I don't go out on Instagram and see like a famous person like their picture and shit.
I'm like, ooh.
You know, it's just not worth my time.
Yeah.
No, it's not that I don't support them, but it's like it's not worth my time to double tap. You know, I don't care enough to do that. But like little kids will be like, oh my god, this funny Fortnite clip. You know, just like spam the fucking tab. You know,
like their content like is really bad, and like it really draws little kids into it because it's so like what do you call it, like it's just really what do you call it, but it's like really shocking. It's like it has such like a shock value, and it's like
it's something kids don't they're not particularly adjusted to. So it's like so like their videos will have a girl in a bikini, and they'll like on
that's the other thing
on the thumbnail it'll be like their breasts are censored even though they're wearing a bikini, or like it'll like allude to like them being half naked, and like to a kid that's like, oh, what, titties? You know, they'll go like crazy about it because it's just like, you know, to them it's like I've never seen a titty before. Maybe do you think it actually shows someone naked? That's so like to them it's so taboo what they do. But like to like an adult, like an older person, it'd be like, okay, there's like titties all over the fucking. I'm like, I don't like saying titties because it's like, it's unnecessary.
You said it a lot of times.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, like that's the
okay.
They're straight dudes, you know. So it's like that's what they were gonna post someone like some explicit content like that.
Men.
Yeah, it'd be that.
Let's
you know,
be real here.
It'd be like half naked women, you know, and like you could just Google that and you'll find like a shit ton of websites that like have that stuff.
I think we know
what you do on your free time. No,
oh my god.
No, what's it called? I'm a Christian, but no, but you know that like they get the shock factor for kids. Whereas, like Drake's not posting, like if he posts half naked women, that's not like what people like click on his shit to look at. Like if he has a sample of his music online, that's what they'll care about, not like a pic of like someone in a bikini. You know, like because it's like you can see that anywhere. It's not really that, you know. Like,
okay.
The older you get, the more you know where to find that kind of shit. But like for them, it's like these kids just got their new iPad Air, iPad Pro, and they're like, "Let me go on to YouTube and look up Logan Paul,
my favorite YouTuber."
Yeah, you know, and it's like they're kids; they don't know any better. You know, a toe's a toe to them. You know,
Yeah.
toe pics and shit. You know, that's pretty hot.
Do you think? Okay.
No, but you know, and that's like that's what they bank off of. But like you have to be pretty smart to do that. You have to be pretty smart to exploit kids. Like obviously,
No, maybe they just have that personality.
or it's like very obnoxious. I'm like,
Yeah, very obnoxious
because
personality.
like a lot of their videos will be like,
and they maybe they just realize, oh, if we keep acting this way, this is clearly working.
Yeah,
Let's just continue.
if we don't
this.
grow up as people,
I don't think you have to be smart.
No, I think you have to be smart to.
I don't think
to,
so.
Like,
what
find
if
like specific niches to get like to that? Because like
definitely could have just been an accident.
maybe not smart, but innovative. Because like who?
Maybe.
You know, like I'll give them credit. They built their fan base, whether it be through shitty methods like their crap ass videos or like through like legitimately planning and like, you know, scamming these kids out of their time. They did it.
Yeah.
They by all means did what they wanted to do. They're big. You know, you can't ever discredit them for that.
Literally, they've gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, they're really fat now. No, but
anyway,
you can never discredit them for what they've built. Maybe the way they did it was really shitty, but like they did it. You know, it's not what is it? It's not how you get there; it's that you get there. Right?
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. But yeah, and like, oh my god, just back to the last thing for like the Jake Paul stuff. But it's like, it's just I don't get how he can genuinely believe in himself like that. Like they were talking about how like Jake's always in the studio. He's always like going hard on his music. Jake.
Oh.
Paul, like the Paul brother. Oh. And he's talking about, yeah, like I'm just like always in the studio, always working, always on my grind, doing this and that. And they were talking, just talking about how he's always putting in work to his music and it sounds really good. But like some of it, like one song about teachers and how they never teach you anything.
Terrible. I hate it.
His lyric is literally, my teacher never taught me that. How to get a DM back and how to buy a Lambo cash.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like little Jake Paul. Little do you know, teachers don't make enough to buy a Lambo cash.
Oh my god.
So I think it's very hard for them to teach you how to do something they can't do. And it's like,
dude needs to just shut up.
I feel like he misses the complete point of school.
Listen, he just wanted to make that song.
No, he
just wanted it to appeal to, because at this point he doesn't care. He's older, so like obviously he's just trying to appeal to the kids. No,
but like he grabs onto that little sliver of like attention that kids have, where it's like, dude, schools don't teach me how to do my taxes. Schools don't teach me how to buy a house, like what the fuck a mortgage is. We need to learn that shit. Why do we have to learn calculus? And it's like, you're right, you don't have to learn calculus. You don't really need that per se.
But the thing is, some people
But it's like some people do. You need basic math. You need algebra and shit.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
It's like, I never used the quadratic formula outside of school, and it's like, that's fucking cool. But do you know how to like find like a specific amount of products that you can buy if you have X amount of money? Like,
you know what I've always found strange?
What?
The lack, or just the fact that people are so unwilling to learn. Like, even if they won't use it every day, like, I'm not saying everybody, because of course there's like a lot of people. Yeah. But anyway, like there's like tons of like people that are just unwilling to learn, I guess. And even if you don't use it on an everyday basis, like, I don't know. I find that strange because.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like I'm not saying the school system isn't fucked, because like a lot of shit, like with the standardized tests and all that, requiring a bunch of students to learn a whole shit ton of things in like such a short time period, they don't like retain the full knowledge. I get that. Like, it can definitely be reformed, but the problem isn't that they're teaching you this stuff. It's that he took the problem. Like, so for him, the problem was that they're teaching him stuff he doesn't think he'll use. The problem wasn't that they're not teaching what he could use. Which are two different things. Like, they can teach you, like, if they teach you the stuff that you want to know and the stuff that you don't need to know, and they let you pick and choose, that's fine. But it's like, if they just simply teach you stuff you absolutely will never need, that's another problem in of itself, And like,
I think it's stupid because like, yeah, like what? Okay, so he's privileged in that his job is YouTube, but what about like?
I mean, it's more than that, but yeah.
Well, it's definitely more than that. But like, what about the people whose jobs are like carrying the world? Like, okay, accountants. Even I'm a graphic design major. I use math when I have to like measure like posters or whatever, like real life objects, and also like web or whatever it may be, there's math involved in that.
And like,
I'm not just talking about math here, but you know, like,
and like
and this
picking, like,
applies to
yeah,
like literally like a lot of people who like carry, I don't know, I guess the world with their jobs. Like,
the sea turtle and the elephant. Yeah.
yeah,
No.
those teachers on Alphabet know their math. They know
Yeah.
their science.
No, but like, even if it's not the curriculum itself that you learn, at least, you know, like, find what you can learn from it. So for school, for me, like, a lot of it was being able to like handle different, like, versatility and work ethic. So maybe I didn't like it. Like,
That's
I
true.
clearly did not like every subject in school. Some of them were super boring. Some of them I didn't care for, but I didn't skimp out on them. I didn't like just completely ignore them. I learned how to switch from subject to subject, how to, like, you know, work like in a more like adaptable environment. You know, like, I can go from like doing math shit to like reading and stuff. I'm like,
Taught you to be responsible and how to work, I guess.
yeah, and like maybe it wasn't. Your life will never be that graphic where it's like, I have to use the Pythagorean theorem at this specific time. Then right after, I have to read a whole novel. But it's like,
Yeah.
like, what if you like? So like, for me, my future career, I'm gonna have to do a bunch of math. Like, for a financial advisor, I'm gonna have to do a bunch of like math and stuff, and like calculate a bunch of people, like their finances, help them invest in like specific stocks. Use like, you know, like, it's statistics based. You know.
Yeah.
And like, on top of that, I have to like read a bunch of things. You know, like a bunch. Yeah,
it's read a bunch of things.
Yeah. No, but I have to read a bunch of, like, I have to read up on all the stocks. You know, like, see how well they're doing, what they do, see how that fits to the purpose of my clients, this and that. You know, and like, obviously there's more to it than just that, but that's the gist of it. You know.
Yeah, like, sorry, there's people out here that actually have to learn this stuff. Sorry, Jake.
Yeah, yeah. Not all of us are like privileged enough to where we're multimillionaires by the age of like 19, 16, anywhere between 16 and 19. You know.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, maybe like you're not.
Like, how do you have that iPhone in your hand, dude?
Someone had to use complex math to make a software to make like a machine to make the chips in your phone. You know, like, it's a bunch of stuff. Your Lambo wasn't just some dude saying, "Oh, I want to make a car," and he made a car.
What about the person who made the car?
Yeah, the worker who has to like,
boom, mic drop.
Jake Paul canceled. No, but you know, and like, I get what he's saying, but he took like the problem of not being taught what we need to know as being, that's like the actual like root to all of our like stresses and all that, is that we're being taught things we won't ever need to fully know. But it's like, I can guarantee you, after a test, like after like an algebra test, an English quiz, whatever, most of those kids leave that room not having to not remembering it. So the problem isn't that they're retaining information they don't need to know. It's that they're not getting information they want to know, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, it's a complex situation, but like, to like belittle teachers and say they're the problem is like, it's just so stupid and like meat-headed, you know?
Yeah. Would you say that the system is working?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, right? Like, it is kind of working.
It works for the kids that love complacency, you know, quote unquote love complacency, or they're better like adept to that. But it definitely stifles like creativity and like reality for people.
I can see that.
Because like, in a school system, you're gonna have those smart kids who do their work, don't have a problem with it, but they'll be like stressed the fuck out and worrying a bunch. Like, it really fucks with their mentality. Or you'll have those like not dumb obviously, but like not as high performing kids, because like people mix those two things up.
Yeah, whereas like people have different strengths.
Yeah, like people often, like, the stigma is that like fine arts kids, like that kind of shit, are really stupid, but they love to draw on their like little coloring books and shit. But like, I mean,
I find that a lot of art kids are really smart.
Just saying. Art kid. No, but you know, and it's like that. Maybe they don't know calculus or like advanced like shit like that. But it's like,
I took pre-calculus.
But it's like, a lot of kids, like, they'll start off thinking that like photorealistic shit is the way to go and that's real art, and so they'll like put themselves in that like mindset where they learn the like the way bodies form and like the shapes and stuff, and like, not every art kid does that, but like, they'll learn how to do that kind of shit. And it's like, are you really an idiot if you can draw like a person like almost like point for point? You know, is that really something like a dumbass could do? You know, or it's like, are you really an idiot if you learn a whole like computer program just for your art? you know, are you really an idiot if you learn color theory? Like,
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people like to say that, oh, you have an eye for something, which can be true. People can have an eye for something, but there's a whole lot of work that goes behind that. Learning a whole bunch of stuff to make something look good.
yeah, and it's like interpretation
A
or
lot of
something too.
learning.
And it's like it's someone who knows, like some engineer, like who can't design the actual products they make, but like knows how to like put gears and everything, all that together. Are they an idiot because they don't know how to make their machines look pretty?
Yeah.
You know, like they're not any less stupid for not knowing something. And that's what I feel like people don't comprehend.
Yeah.
Where it's like maybe you don't get the, like, obviously it's a problem where like people who don't get good grades feel like they're lesser than those like their good grade counterparts.
I got terrible grades in high school.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. Like it was
I
so
was.
insulting being around.
Oh
you.
yeah, I was an embarrassment.
Yeah, your family actually tried like murdering you. No, they didn't. That was a joke.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that wasn't even funny.
That was the police are at my house right now. My mom just called. I gotta go.
Yeah,
No,
but like college is cool because you get to focus on
murder
what you
people.
want to do. You get to focus on what you want to do, and then
Yeah,
you can get good
which
grades.
is what I think is the probably like the best. Like Europe has like trade schools and all that, you know, specializations and all that, and I think that's really cool because like you give people like a little flavor of what they want to do, and they can go from there and decide whether or not they should, because
so the opposite of what we do, which
Yeah,
is a
kind of,
liberal arts college.
yeah, where we have to do a bunch of stuff, but it's
Yeah.
like that's the freedom of college where it's like you've gone through all these years of schooling, now you get to choose. Hey, what specific thing did you like out of all these like little trials you basically had to go through, what stuck out to you the most? And then like
Yeah.
you get to go with that, and then they emphasize like, hey, I know I get you pick this, and we're not doubting you, dog, but if you do ever want to like try something else out, go for it. No judgment here, dog.
Yeah. Well, that's the reality. Apparently, most people's degrees are solely a degree, and they could 100% go into a different field.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm lucky in that I definitely am very set on what I want to do. But for the majority of people, I don't think that's true.
What do you mean? Like, I'm
a
kind
lot
of
of
following
people,
you, not fully though.
So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people, they will get their degree in a certain major, right?
Correct.
And certain majors
Bleed
lead to
into
certain
each other.
jobs.
Okay.
But what a lot of students are doing is they're taking on jobs that don't even have anything to do with their major. But because they have that degree, they're able to get that
Just
job.
a quick thing. Stop putting your foot on my leg. Like,
Okay.
quit resting your feet on my
I'm
leg.
sorry, my foot.
Sweaty ass foot.
I don't have a sweaty foot.
Anyways, you were saying?
Guys, he's lying. Guys,
You were
he's lying.
saying?
No, that's basically, I finished my thought. Like,
Oh.
like a lot of people.
Is it bad that I like have like half know what you said?
Okay.
So people get a degree, then they go off to do something that doesn't involve their degree. Why?
Exactly. Why?
Why do
I
you
don't know
think that
why,
is?
but maybe because they're the thing they actually go into is better suited for them,
Yeah.
and college is just a way to
it's a way to like
get
dip
just
your toes
just
in
like
the sand or the water or whatever the saying is.
who's
Toes.
dipping their toes in the sand?
I don't know. I don't know the fucking saying. My teacher never taught me that, bro.
Oh my god, the school system is failing us.
Yeah, because they didn't teach me how to dip my toe in the sand or buy a Lambo Cash.
Yeah.
No, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. Because I've mentioned this before. I used to work at a pharmacy, and for the like hiring process for that, you have to go to an orientation class, and like you meet with like a representative from corporate, like Jesus Christ. But yeah, you meet with them in a room of other new hires, and you guys go through like a small seminar, and what's it called? In it, you know, you get to know the person from corporate, I guess, kind of. But the lady who was in charge of our district, she started off, I forget, she didn't have a degree in HR. I think her degree was in like psychology. I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, and then she worked at the pharmacy for years, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, I get that you're finishing up college as like a psychology major. However, we have this position up in corporate. Are you interesting? Are you interested in?
Are you interesting at all?
And like being an HR representative and like training people or like, you know, giving them the orientation?" And she's like, "Yeah." like, yeah, I am. I can do that. 'Cause she wasn't having any luck finding a job outside of college. And like, and so
Wow.
she did that, and now that's her career. And she's gone pretty far up from what she's told us. But yeah, and
That's
like,
how it works. That's
yeah,
how it is these
that's
days.
how it is. You get a degree, and then you
and
do
then
the
you do
complete
the
opposite.
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
Hopefully not me. I would cry.
it's very
I
refreshing.
don't know about you, but
Finding what you actually want to do. Like
yeah.
like in college, like I mentioned that I'm an econ major right now, but like this is completely different than what I thought I wanted to fucking do in college. It's completely
Yeah.
different than what I wanted to do in life.
Completely 180 on what.
Well, I don't know if it's a 180 because like where does being a doctor compare to being a financial advisor and a multimillionaire?
Oh.
Ooh. No, just like for me, I obviously started off with biology in school. Well, not obviously. How are you gonna look at me and say this guy's a bio major for
Yeah.
sure?
And
But-
that, even then, you can't even look at this dude. You can only hear his voice.
Because I'm fat, yeah.
Hey, dude,
And-
stop.
Dude, stop. You're beautiful. No, but what's it called? For me, my like whole ideology was that sorry for the excess noise. We're in like a house right now, not our usual setup. But yeah, there's a bunch of annoying stuff going around. Anyways, back to the story, right? For me, my whole ideology since I was 5 was that I'm gonna grow up, be a doctor, make healthcare more affordable for people, fight with insurances and all that. And then I wanted to own my own practice. So that's why I went into biology. But the more I studied biology, the more I realized, like, this is interesting, but I don't know if it's for me. I questioned myself, and then I went to work at the pharmacy, and I realized, like, every time we would have a customer who has a discrepancy with their insurance, it wasn't like, oh, we'll change that for you, or like, we'll fix that for you. It's like, we can't really do anything on our end. You'd have to talk to your insurance, and then like that's just how healthcare is. You can't really change the insurances. I'm not sure how it is on like at a financial level, and whether or not this like the whatever the algorithm they use to like justify their profits to like upkeep the hospital or like the pharmacy, the doctor's office or whatever, because obviously they have to make a profit in order to keep their business running. Because it's like despite being like a hospital or something professional like that, it's still it's a business nonetheless. Like you have to like make money in order to maintain yourself. And like what's it called for us? It's like you can't really change someone's insurance. So it's like no matter what you do for healthcare, if they can't afford it, then like your job doesn't like really help them. Like if someone goes in through to get surgery, but like they're spending thousands upon thousands of dollars they don't have, you might have like helped heal them, but they can't afford that surgery. So either they don't go for it, or they're like in debt with the asshole, and like their quality of life just like diminishes that much, So then I figured, like if I can't help them with the because like a doctor's no exception to a pharmacist or anyone else. If what's it called, they can't change the insurance, then they can't really help with like lowering that. But then I thought about it, it's like going from a position of like being the one who has to deal with insurance to helping someone with their finances. Maybe I can't help their insurance go lower, but I can definitely help people be more aware of their money and manage it better. So it's like I can't change insurance, but I can help people get more money to pay for the insurance, which is it's the hope. And like long term, obviously I want to make a profit and make money for myself, but in order to like help people manage their own finances at like with no expense to me, I have to find a way to make that information available either free or cheap. But I also have to find like a side kind of thing to where I make money for myself. So my 10-year plan is that I become a financial advisor. I create this application that I'm thinking about in my mind, development on that. Hopefully going to start like
Got applications on my mind.
Yeah. Hopefully like working on that can start this semester, my junior year. And then after that, my little side hustle, real estate.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Because that's the smartest thing to do. Buy and flip real estate. I'll be a landlord, But yeah. And like I learned that through being in college and realizing that it's completely okay to change your life whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Because you're never too old to be a new person.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
come across a lot of non-traditional students, and like it makes you it makes it puts into perspective that, like, you know, just because you're not doing things early on doesn't mean you blew
You've
it.
blown it. Yeah, just because you're not on the same track as other people doesn't mean you're not on track at all.
Yeah, like,
You
just
know,
jump on it when you can, I guess.
jump on it, beat it up, kill it, murder it. Speaking of murderers, I was watching a show. We were talking about this earlier.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I am a killer. This isn't a confession. This is not a confession. It's
You-
just the
you
name of the
swear.
show.
You
It's
swear.
I swear. No, but the show's called I Am a Killer,
I've seen
and
it.
it follows a bunch of inmates on death row or like who have murdered people, and they tell like their like quote unquote story. They don't actually like go into depth with it, but they
Of
like
how they got on death row
yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
they like it's like to help you rationalize whether or not you believe they're actually killers or if they're just like lunatic assholes, you know?
Or if they're just like a product of like a really bad jail system.
Yeah, ooh, because like the first episode,
Dun,
without
dun,
giving
dun.
spoilers, talks about this guy who would rather have been on death row because they treat their dying inmates better there than they do in the general population prison system.
Yeah, like
Unless,
like the quality of life might be shorter, but it's much better when you're on death row.
Yeah, like to the point where people like they say they'd rather be on death row waiting to die than to live the rest of their life in that shitty prison system.
Yeah.
Like imagine like getting to the point where like death is a better option than living. That's really fucked.
Well, for those who like
I mean, like
are actually bad.
murderers, like fuck them. Like,
yeah, I don't care.
I would rather people not die. Like it's shitty what they did, but like for me, the like execution of another person isn't like cool.
I don't know how I feel
It
about
isn't.
that.
It's not chill. It's not chill.
It's just not.
It's just not chill, bruh.
You're steezing on me.
It's just not very steez to murder. No, but you know, like eye for an eye. You know, that kind of shit doesn't work for me. Especially like considering like if someone like punches you in the face, like and you're at a bar, and you punch them back, you're gonna get just as much trouble as them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you're not supposed to retaliate on someone, why would the government be allowed to retaliate on you? The government's so fucked, dude. Like,
It's messed up.
Whole Foods is where it's at. Oh my god, Whole
Oh,
Foods.
no.
Remember that video we watched? All right, without diving into some like really cringy ass video we saw about this couple who, after a month of meeting, after like they met at Whole Foods, they feel like they're soulmates and they're gonna take over the world with their positive vibes.
Yeah, it's
fucked.
It's really something.
It's called You, and then at the end of the U, it's a period.
Yeah,
So You period.
that's it.
You dot, and check it out. We recommend.
Yeah.
We highly recommend that shit for you guys. But yeah, it's really really bad.
It's nice.
It
No, it's great.
They're definitely in love for sure.
No, yeah.
But yeah, without like diving into that rabbit hole, I think we're gonna end it here. I'm just gonna
We're gonna end it early today.
like by 10 minutes, which
We're sorry for the minutes that we put into Jake Paul.
like I look at the
Undeserving.
Yeah, right. Sorry for wasting your time with Jake Paul
Sorry
stuff.
about that.
Like, I mean, who's gonna get to the end of the podcast? Because like realistically, I look at the analytics for our channel,
Hey,
and without
for those
being
of you
that
who are
asshole, like our average watch time is about 6 minutes.
okay, first of all, hell yeah. Second of all, if you're still listening, this is a little treat for you.
So the 16 digits in the front of my card are like 1,
Yeah.
2, 6.
Thank you for listening.
All right. Well, that's the end of our Big Kids podcast for today. Oh, actually, I have one friend who listens to the podcast all the way through. Thank you to them. My boy. In
Thank
another
you.
state. I appreciate you. But that's gonna be it for our podcast this Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed your Father's Day weekend. I know I for sure ate food.
I existed.
As your host D Money and
Julia.
we're just signing off. Enjoy the rest of your week until we see you on Wednesday. Bye.